now. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our Coach Opportunity Call. I'm really excited for everybody that joined us this afternoon and for anybody that will be listening to the recording to kind of talk to you guys about what coaching is all about. If you have any questions, feel free to chime in with those. This call is 100% for you guys to figure out if this might be something you're interested in. And we're here to give you all of those answers for anything you've been curious about. So I'll start off. I'm Brooke King. I have been a coach for about 3 years. I'm in the United States, right outside Washington, D.C. And I got my start it was 6 months after I had my second child. My husband found T25 on an infomercial, actually, and he ordered that, and we started doing it in the basement every morning. And we kind of fell in love with Shaun T. We fell in love with the idea of not having to leave our house. We fell in love with the idea of 25 minutes and being done. And so music playing. Let me turn it was definitely my mom. That's what the Christmas music was. And then we just, it was kind of fun to motivate each other and inspire each other. And then when the 21 Day Fix was launched a couple of months later, I jumped in, became a coach, ran my very first challenge group. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no experience with social media. Hadn't even been in a challenge group, and just kind of wing it, and had the support of a team and a network that was incredible, and so many templates already set up for me that I didn't really have to create anything. I just had to work on myself and help my challengers do the same, and it was really, really fun. And that's kind of how I got my start 3.5 years ago. How about you, Michael?
Sorry, I was on mute because I've got a terrible cough and cold. Hi guys, my name is Michael Anderson. I'm a coach in the UK, up in Newcastle, in the real north, not where these guys kind of say. And I got started through insanity, through that crazy Shaun T guy. I was watching a TV advert, a commercial, an infomercial, whatever we're kind of calling them now. And I just thought I could do that. I was pretty fit at the time. I love team sports. And I just thought, it can't be that hard, right? Like, he's just jumping around the living room. It's the hardest warm-up in my life, right? And I've kind of played sport at a good level. Them 12 minutes suck. And I just I fell in love with him and the energy he brought into my living room. And I didn't like the idea of going to the gym. I'm not massive or go for any kind of crazy weightlifting stuff. I just like the idea that I could do it in my time, morning or night. And it now fits in perfectly with my family life. You know, I've got a little girl, soon to have 2 little girls come January 11th. Scary times. And it just works. It fits in. And then I must have emailed Beachbody 5 or 6 years ago to say, when are you guys coming to the UK? I can't wait to get involved with this coaching opportunity. And then I got in touch with Brooke one day, or she got in touch with me. I'm not really sure which way that works. I can't remember, to be honest, Brooke. And then we had a 20-minute conversation, maybe on the phone, and then since then it's been like the best 5-6 months. I don't know, how long has it been now?
It's been a while.
Yeah,
probably 4 or 5.
Okay, so since then it's been awesome. Like, leading up to launch on 19th of October up until now, it's been a crazy awesome journey with some of just the coolest people that you guys could ever meet. It's phenomenal. That's me.
Awesome. How about you, Laura?
Okay, so I'm Laura. I'm also in the UK, and I'm in the East Midlands. The first Beachbody program that I tried was T25, because I thought, 25 minutes a day, everyone can do that. But I was wrong, and I didn't finish the program. I found it really tough, and I soon made excuses not to commit and do the workouts every day. I've been to the gym on and off for years. I've been a runner on and off for years, but I never really found something that really stuck, that I was really passionate about. And when I did the T25 originally, I didn't know anything about sort of the coaching and the accountability groups and the support and the network that was out there. And I think that's why I failed, because there wasn't someone else kind of helping and pushing me along or giving me any advice, or, someone there that when you're having one of those days where you don't feel like it, you can tell someone that, and they'll tell you to just man up and get on with it anyway. So when I found that with Brooke this summer, that's when I kind of started to stick with the programs and absolutely love them. And I thought, well, if I can do it, and if I'm enjoying that support, that accountability, that extra motivation, then why shouldn't I offer that to someone else? And
Wait,
that
so
was
you,
it,
you
really.
never completed a program before you started
Nope.
coaching and joined the challenge groups?
Nope.
Ah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So when I started in your challenge groups and I did the 21-day fix, that was the first program that I actually stuck with and completed all the way through. So
Great.
yeah,
Accountability.
trying to help
Challenge
other
groups
people.
work. Cool.
Definitely.
Awesome. So Laura and Michael have both been coaches for what, almost 2 months now? Not
Yeah, Laura.
cool. All right, and then Hadley is also going to introduce herself and tell you a little bit about how she got started.
Yep, so my name is Hadley Sorensen, and I have been a coach for almost exactly 2 years now. I'm just coming up on my 2-year anniversary. And I got started, some similarities, some differences, but I've been a runner my whole life. And always enjoyed running, but you can be a runner and not in very good shape, which is something I didn't really understand until I did get into very good shape, and I realized how how poorly I was eating, and it wasn't a well-rounded picture. And so after my youngest son was born, he is 6 now, I thought to myself, okay, I gained a lot of weight during both pregnancies, and I thought, I'm never going to be able to get this off with just running for 30 minutes on the treadmill at night. I don't know how this is going to work. And so I was just like they did. I saw the Insanity infomercials, and I was like, this guy looks insane. I don't know, but it's like 45 minutes. I can do this in my basement. Maybe I can convince my husband to do it with me. And so he actually burned the DVDs from a friend, right? I'm like the worst example. And I made him do it with me. And he only lasted for about a month, but it was like 3 weeks in, and I was like, I had a 4-month-old, and I was like, the pounds were melting away. And I was like, it was totally changing the shape of my body, like pre-baby butt. I mean, it was bizarre. I couldn't believe how fast it was working. And I was obsessed with it. So I literally did Insanity over and over for like 2 years. I mean, I just kept doing it over and over. And I was kind of starting to get burned out. I tried a couple of the other programs. I did Insanity, The Asylum. I tried T25, and I loved it, and I just kept going, but I was I was just getting burned out. And Brooke and I went to high school together. We went to college together. She lives right around the corner from me. And I kept seeing her talk about this coaching thing on Facebook, and I kind of ignored it. I didn't really understand it. And it just kept kind of like nagging at me. And finally, one day I saw her post about a challenge group. And I said, I don't really understand what this is. I already have all the programs. Can you just let me do this? I just need some motivation. I needed to try something new. And thank goodness she let me in. And it was like a week into the group, and I was like, this is it. I'm obsessed. This is what I want to do. I had no idea. I thought you were just selling stuff. And this is such an amazing support structure. And so that was it. I signed up to be a coach, and I haven't turned back since.
And did you do Shakeology when you joined the challenge group?
I did. You had an extra bag that I bought for you. And my husband and I had always kind of rolled our eyes at the Shakeology commercials and the videos and everything. And so I was blown away at how amazing it was and what a big difference it made.
Awesome. So what's your favorite part of coaching? What do you love the most?
My favorite part of coaching is the community. Well, 2 pieces, right? The community involved in the challenge groups, right? I think the challenge groups are such a powerful concept, and it makes us so different than all of the other direct sales, multi-level marketing companies out there. We're not just pushing a product. We have a really valuable service to offer. And it's a really powerful component for people who are trying to get fit and healthy, right? You're not just giving them an exercise program to go off and do on their own. You're literally holding their hand through the process. And so I love being able to help people and see what a difference it makes. So the challenge groups and that whole aspect is my favorite, but then also the community on the team side, right? The fact that I'm here right now because we were having a team gathering where we all got together to make our vision boards for next year and to celebrate the accomplishments of 2017 and just the camaraderie and the dynamic of sharing information with each other and helping each other build our businesses. And it's not competition. It's everyone really supporting each other and cheering each other on. It's almost like a challenge group for your business, right? This incredible community of coaches who are looking out for each other and sharing information and, really trying to help each other be successful.
I love the community too. What about you, Laura? What's your favorite part of coaching?
Similar to Hadley in terms of the community, but certainly the accountability for me with the running the challenge groups. That makes me get up every day, get my workouts in, stay on top of my food, my water. So although I'm helping other people, it's a massive help for me and for what I'm doing. And then also just the fact that it is something that I can do at a time and a place that suits me. Anytime,
Right.
I work, I've got a daughter, I've got a family life, I've got a house to look after, all those kinds of things. Yeah, it fits. I can chat with people on my phone, I can do stuff on the iPad. If I'm stuck on the train going somewhere, I can be working then, posting in the groups, chatting with people, seeing what their goals are. And I think that's an amazing thing to have that opportunity that you can literally fit around anything else that you're doing. You're
Right.
not tied into a schedule.
Yep.
That's just, that freedom is brilliant.
Yep, definitely. And so you've heard Laura and Hadley talk about challenge groups, and so I just kind of want to dive into those a little bit more of what they are. Because as a coach, that's kind of what we do, right? We're not certified professional nutritionists or personal trainers, although some of us are. We do have personal trainers, or we do have nurses and things of that nature that might have a little more knowledge in the medical field, but it's not. Most of us are just normal people that wanted to find something that we could do, find something that we could be accountable to, that we didn't have to leave our house, go to a gym, although some people do go to gyms or run or whatever, but have that accountability, which is what we provide as coaches. And we run these groups monthly. We run them with our team, or we run them with your upline coach, or you can run them on your own if you're feeling confident and ready to do that. But there's no you don't have to know anything in order to do that. There's no prerequisites to being a coach, because we have everything already made for us. I know when I first started, my first challenge group, that was the first challenge group I was ever in. But luckily, Beachbody has made all these templates of things that I can use to help my challenge group be successful and to motivate them every single day, because that's really what we are as motivators, and provide a community and a place for people to, have that accountability and that success. So that's kind of what we do as far as challenge groups. And that's the biggest thing. That's the big thing that we do as a coach, and it's really, really fun, and it's amazing to kind of build that community. Michael, what's your favorite thing?
I've got a few really.
Go for it.
I love the different kind of challenge groups, right? And the thing I've sort of discovered, and also been invited to a little bit more, is people have crazy challenge groups. So some have so-called normal challenge groups where they it's a coach who runs them, and then they just go off on their own. We have some awesome challenge groups where kind of everyone's involved. Everyone from our coaching community gets involved in each other's challenge groups. So you don't always have to be there to answer people's questions. The coaching community in our network supports that. So don't even worry about having kind of this thing stuck to you for 24 hours a day. You can you do still get time to switch off. Today I've just been invited to a midnight workout challenge group. So the rules are you've got to work out between 11 at night and 1 in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I don't think I'll join that group, if I'm honest. But it's out there, the guys are doing the hammer and chisel stuff. And then I love the live events, me and Jaquita has just been to one. They're doing a UK road tour at the minute. It's great just to feed off that energy and just to know, yes, it's our business and we are doing it for us and for our own reasons, but so many other people out there who are doing it for their reasons and have the same passion to deliver the same kind of, whether it's customer service or results, however you guys kind of want to dress it up in our own heads. There's other people out there who want to do better for themselves, and it's great to be part of that community. And then, like I said before, I've got a little girl. I get to work out now in my living room with my little girl kind of thing. And it's more challenging when she's doing it, because you got to try and avoid her and not fall over him and all that kind of cool stuff. But it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day extra with her kind of thing, If not, we've got to jump in our car. We've got to go to the gym. We've got to go to the local community centre. Even if we go for a run, you can't go for a run with a 3-year-old. Well, you could, but they might not keep up, and then you get wrong for leaving your child behind or something crazy, right? But it opens up so much more family time. That's what I love.
That's awesome. And I totally agree with a lot of that. And I think, it's fun to work out with your kids and to kind of teach them that healthy lifestyle from the beginning. Because if you go to the gym, you're just going to put them in daycare and you're not spending that time with them that, especially as a working mom, I cherish every second that I get at home with the kids. So I think that's great. My favorite parts kind of go along those same lines. I grew up, as an athlete and playing on team sports. And I think that this kind of brings that culture and that community of a team together, striving for like big goals, but having your own individual goals also. I also have a full-time job in HR in corporate America, and I appreciate that coaching allows you to not have glass ceilings and be able to kind of create your future and create your movement within the business. If you want a promotion tomorrow, you can give yourself a promotion. And I think that that's really exciting. There's also an opportunity to make money doing what you love and what you're passionate about, which I think is something that you don't find every day, right? Like I live in one of the most expensive areas in the United States. And even with 2 full-time awesome jobs that my husband and I have, it's hard to get ahead and it's hard to put money in college savings and it's hard to do the things that we want to do without the extra income. And I think that Beachbody has provided us with some really amazing things financially. We've paid off both cars. We've gone on a trip to Disney. We've done a lot of stuff and it's been great. And it's been a residual income that's been built over time. So, it started out as a couple $100 a month and grew exponentially from there. So I think that it's nice to have another outlet where it's something that I wake up every morning, like jumping out of bed to do. I can't wait to see who I'm going to help that day. And it's just really fun to do. It's something that really excites me and lights my fire. So that's what I love. And I know that we all love so much stuff, but it's not always easy getting started, right? Everybody was always, I watched people for a while. I know Hadley watched people for a while. Before you jump in, because there's always fears, right? And I know one of my biggest fears was like annoying my friends, or I'm not a salesperson, or I wasn't at my goal weight, which now I'm pregnant, so I'm going the opposite direction, but I never really got to my goal weight. So it's kind of like, all these fears and what if I don't inspire somebody, or what if, and all I think about is if I hadn't tried, I would have never known. And what Beachbody has really showed me is what I can do and what is possible if you really put your mind to something. And it's amazing to kind of find that belief in yourself and to realize that you can do these hard things and you can do these things that you never, ever in a million years would have thought that you had done. On those specific notes, the not being at your goal weight is no problem, you guys. People really relate to you on your journey. So if you're already perfectly fit, that's totally cool. But if you're starting out 100 pounds overweight, that's awesome too, because people want to be on that journey with you. They want to see you, the struggles, the successes, and all of that kind of stuff, and celebrate with you along the way and see where you came from so that they know where they're going. As far as annoying your friends, I can tell you that we can teach you the right way to do this business. There's definitely a right and there's definitely a wrong way. And we do sharing, right? So we don't try to come off and sell people stuff. We come off and we're going to find a solution to help people. And we're going to share what we're doing in order to find that success that we have found. So we have a lot of training. When you first get started, you'll get put into the team page. It's kind of like an exciting party, welcome. And then we have like a 7-day quick start, and then we have a 30-day training, and we walk you through every single step of it. And then from there, you're not left alone ever. You're in a team page with hundreds of people that are there to answer any questions you have. Your upline coaches are there for you every single step of the way. And it's just a lot of fun because it's what people enjoy doing. And then, what was my last one? Not being your goal weight. And time. Time was another thing I was worried about. But what I have found is that I can be a lot more efficient with my time. I was wasting a lot of time just like on Pinterest and Facebook and just stalking people, which now I can use to work business. So thanks, Michael. So now it's, I'm being more efficient and effective with my time. So those are kind of like some fears that I had and how I kind of overcame them. But things still come up, and we're human, and there's always going to be different fears. And there's always going to be people out there that don't agree with what we're doing. But I have goals in mind, and I know that in order to get to those goals and to crush them and knock them out of the park, I'm not going to let other people, get in the way of that. So, what fears did you guys have? Michael, would you like to go since you seem aching at the bit to talk?
Not at all, right? I just had visions of you kind of stalking people on Facebook and
Oh
things.
yeah, like woo.
So yeah, like you covered the whole selling to friends or kind of people you know, and I think that was definitely a concern for me, and it's something that you and I probably speak about on a daily basis, if not kind of 2 or 3 times a day, you know. For me, this is a concern. Like even before we started this video call, right, I was on about I needed to shave, just didn't look right. And then you just said, well, it's your business, right? Like, who cares? So I like that, you know. My wife doesn't like me like this, but I like my face like this, so it's not so bad. And then you guys touched on the what if a little bit, and that was a big fear, right? What if it's no good? What if it sucks? What if I can't do it? What if the support's not really there? And the biggest thing for me was, but what if it is?
Mm-hmm.
So just look at the positive side of it, right? Worst case, you get to meet 200 cool people more. I think we have 250, right, in our coaching community, plus all the other people attached, kind of who we know and stuff. And that was always a big concern. But what if it's really cool? And what if it does give you that extra money to go to Disneyland or to go on a once in a lifetime trip, to pay for you and for whatever it is for you guys, you know? What if it just is that little thing to get you that little bit fitter? For me, I didn't want to be a fat dad, and I'm slightly competitive, so sports days are cool, right? So what if that allows me to run in that race a little bit quicker with my daughter, right? Like, it's all that kind of stuff. So they were definitely concerns and massive fears for me, I think.
So how are you overcoming those kind of, as far as not liking your face? But as you said, that's what sets us apart, is us being unique, and us being who we are is what sets us apart. Because people can go and they can buy these programs on Amazon or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But us being the coach, that's going to kind of set it apart, and that's what gives them that added value.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, like you could just burn the DVDs off certain sites, not mentioning it. But no, like, and lots of people, when you go to the live events, that is how they started, right? Like, because also one of the reasons why we're here is money, right? So it's, if that's what you've got to do to get started, I'm not necessarily going to discourage that. I know Carl doesn't. He's all about getting like the mission of Beachbody almost. So for me, it's the support that you guys offer, right? So not just the guys who've done it 2-3 years, but also the guys who I know feel like me, who've only been doing it 2 or 3 weeks kind of thing, because it's still brand new. I mess up 50 times a day, and I love that, right? And like, I think I even posted the wrong time tonight, right, for this call, which is pretty awesome. Laura's like, yeah, you did. Yeah. But so what, right? Like, who cares? And we just do it again next time, and we do it better next time, right? And that's something that you guys have taught me, you know, just to take it with a pinch of salt almost, and next time we'll do better. And then the mindset is now very much, this is the worst Michael Anderson you'll see, because tomorrow I'll be better, and then the day after that I'll be better, and the day after that I'll be better.
Yep. And that's something we really, you know, I wouldn't say push, but it's part of like our core values is personal development, and always, you know, becoming better from the inside out. And, you know, so when you become a coach, obviously you'll learn about your 4 vital behaviors, and one of them is personal development. Because, you know, when we're pouring out to other people and we're always helping them, we've always got to be filling up our cup as well, and making sure that we're taking care of ourselves from the inside out. So that's awesome. And while Michael's got the mic, I want to just let you share some of your success already, because it's only been a month and a half. And go ahead, you can tell them all of your kudos that you've already gotten in like 45 days. But, you know, for people watching, if you've been in a job and you haven't been promoted in 3 years, and you're, you know, working your butt off, you know, it might be time to work for yourself and put some of that energy into your own business.
Yeah, that was it. No, no. So yeah, so like we got promoted within the first kind of week or two, which was very much down to the group and the community, you know. And I don't really take a lot of credit for that. All the hard work is sort of being done by Brooke and all the other coaches who've been doing it for 2 or 3 years. And then in November we ran an incentive, and we done all right, I think. I don't know. The results haven't been posted yet, right? Like, you're the one in the know, Brooke. I'm not really sure. but yeah, we done well. We had a good month. We had to team up with another coach, and John and myself just done what everyone said. We spoke to people, we followed up with people, we committed to a workout, and we done that. We went away and learned and developed ourselves, kind of thing. Not necessarily even about Beachbody, just about answering people's questions, and the terminology that you wanted to use that had a more positive things, like a positive outlook on it. So just to try and take the negativity away from it. And I think that the biggest thing that we took from November was people didn't like it. Multi-level marketing, a pyramid scheme, whichever kind of one they wanted. But then when I said, well, do you have a boss? Yeah, of course. Does he have a boss? Yeah, of course. And do you have staff at the same level as you, or even underneath you, depending on your level? Yeah, of course. So just like a pyramid scheme, right? Or do you have shareholders that you have to answer to? Yeah, of course. So once we broke down people's barriers, actually, it was just a normal person having a conversation with me. I was going to say another normal person, but not quite right. But it was just two people having a conversation. And the worst thing that could happen was for at least 30 days, somebody was going to get healthier. Mm-hmm. And that was it. Done. And we managed to repeat that process. And then that's all we do. Don't complicate it. It doesn't have to be crazy. Just do what works. And you guys tell us what works, right?
So Michael is very humble, but he not only broke any record that we have on the team, but he more than doubled it and set huge new records on the team, which is awesome. And his promotion he talked about, he got in 4 hours. So he's really been able to make an impact, and so have so many other people on the team. You see Gita sitting there is Emerald, and Laura Bland has made such an impact with all of her consistency, and Laura Maple. Everybody really plays their part and is such a big part of the team already, and it's only a month and a half in. And so, that's one of the things that, like I said earlier, that I love about coaching. It really gives you an opportunity to kind of make your impact right away. You don't have to wait for a boss. You don't have to wait for a contract to be won or someone to win a deal. You can come in and you can make your own destiny, and you can set your own, footprints in the sand. However fast or quick or slow or fast you want to run, we're here to run with you. So, Laura, how about you? What were your fears?
I think my biggest fear getting started was how to inspire people. How do I, again, going back to that kind of, not at goal weight, not perhaps being consistent previously, how do I talk to other people, and how do I inspire people to either pick up the kind of torch, if you like, and get on board with the challenges and start their own fitness journeys, or to take the next step and actually become coaches themselves. And I was really hung up on the fact that I needed to inspire people, I needed to motivate. And then actually when I sort of got into it, and the more we talk about things and the more we look at it, it's not about a specific thing that you do to inspire. It's just about being consistent. It's about your own journey and, talking to people, posting what you've been doing, showing people the workouts, showing people the food that you're having, just really just being yourself. And there's no kind of magic formula. There's no specific words to say, or, there's no one thing to do other than being consistent. And I think that was kind of one of the biggest things that I had to try and get my head around, was because you talk about inspiring, you talk about motivating, and they're both really big words in terms of what sits behind them. But at the end of the day, it's just about being consistent and showing people who you are and what you're doing. And I think that you may not see it straight away. You may not realise that you're inspiring or motivating people. But then as time goes on, you start to get people coming up to you and saying, oh, I've seen your posts on Facebook. I was sitting down, I was feeling a bit down in the dumps or whatever, and I saw your post and I got up and I went for a walk and I felt great. Or, I've not really been doing much lately, and I thought I might, try and get back into things, and I saw something that you said, or I saw your live videos, or, whatever it might be, and I thought, actually, I can do this. And they get up and they do something, and you've not done anything specific to inspire. You've just been yourself, and you showed people that, and you've showed them your journey. And I think that was the thing that was, how do I do that? And then you sort of realise, well, actually, it's just me. doing what I need to do for my health and fitness, and then showing people and telling people, and that's all you've got to do.
Absolutely. And you do great at it, for sure.
Thank you.
What about you, Hadley?
So I definitely shared probably all of the fears that they have mentioned so far. I mean, I think that's very normal. Those are all things that if we're starting something like this, we're going to be worried about. But for me, the biggest one was, and the thing that kind of held me back for the longest, was my fear of the social media machine, right? The fact that this job was kind of driven by social media, and I really struggled with that. One, because I'm an incredibly introverted person, and people often don't believe that. I'm an introvert who has trained myself to be social. And once you get to know me, once I get to know someone and I'm comfortable, that's all out the window. But I'm very shy up front, and I'm very introverted, and I draw my inspiration and everything from being alone, right? I require a lot of alone time. So this whole social media thing scared the crap out of me. I had like 150 Facebook friends. I posted a picture of my kids like a couple times a year. And I was like, so I can do this. I even remember asking Brooke, like, well, is Facebook the only way I can do this? Or is there another way? And she was like, not really. I mean, yes, obviously you're having conversations with people in person, but really I don't like that a whole lot either. So at that point, Facebook sounded like a better deal. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to give it a try. And it has been such a wild ride for the last 2 years, but I can honestly say, not that learning how to post on Facebook has changed my life, because that sounds silly, but it has opened me up in a way that I never imagined, and I've learned so much about myself, and it's really given me this platform to help people in ways that I didn't even imagine. And in terms of how I overcame that initially, right, it was a process. I didn't all of a sudden become a coach and start posting to Facebook and Instagram 10 times a day and blowing things up and getting followers. No, it was like, okay, the team resources, the team training, Brooke, everybody, the support, helped me learn how to start using social media in a way that felt authentic to me. So it wasn't forced, and I wasn't doing things that felt icky, and I wasn't doing stuff that just didn't feel like me, right? I learned how to do it the right way. Like Brooke mentioned, there is absolutely a right way and a wrong way to do this kind of thing on social media. And I think we have probably all seen examples of it being done the wrong way. And I will put myself in there. Part of this is making mistakes and learning from them. I know I have thrown some really silly stuff up on Facebook over the last 2 years. But I've learned from it. And just seeing the way that being authentic and making yourself vulnerable on social media, the way that helps people, has really been incredible. It took me a while to kind of open up and share more of little bits and pieces of my personality and things that I struggle with. But when you do, you realize that other people are struggling with the same thing, and they really like having that to relate to, right? They're following my journey, but I make it very clear that I'm not perfect, right? I exercise a lot. I have that part down, but I'm pretty bad at nutrition, right? I go through waves. I'm really great for a week, and then I'm awful, right? So I share that struggle. I talk about mental health struggles. I talk about all kinds of things, and that's not saying that if you sign on to become a coach, you have to like start spilling all your, the skeletons from your closet. But over time, I've gotten more comfortable, and it's felt very authentic. I was thinking about it this morning, and in addition to just what it's done for my business, I have met so many fabulous people and had so many cool experiences just completely as a result of social media. Right now, I'm waiting for an email from a guy that somebody hooked me up with who literally dives for Megalodon teeth, and he's going to sell me a Megalodon tooth because that's all my 8-year-old wants for Christmas. I mean, we got connected through Facebook. The babysitter that watched my kids last night is her mom. I met through Facebook. People from around the world, around the country, all the new friends I've made in the UK. It's just been amazing the way it's opened my world up. So that was hands down my biggest fear, and now it's hilarious when I look back and think about, where I started and where I am now. And like I said, it's definitely a process, and it's not something that you have to jump into and start posting 10 times a day and sharing all your family secrets for everyone to read. But it's definitely doable, and we've got the infrastructure on our team to really teach you how to do it the right way, in a way that feels, meaningful and not icky.
Absolutely. So right now you're probably wondering, what do you do? What's the next step, right? So if you've already been doing challenge groups with us, you already have a challenge pack, then you can, just become a coach and you can be reimbursed for that. If you have not, if you're brand new to this and you still have no idea what we do, I encourage you to just jump in. What we do is we are just normal people. We're here for our own accountability and our own results as well. And so we're just people doing the programs and living the lifestyle. And like Hadley said, we don't have to be perfect. None of us are perfect. We just had wine and cookies and I did not have wine, but cookies and everything else. Today, and it's not living the perfect lifestyle. It's just having this goal of living a healthier and more fit lifestyle to make sure that you live as long, happy life as possible. So what you would do is you go back to the coach that sent you here, find out, they'll talk to you about what are some of the things you like, some of the things you don't like as far as a program, pick out a program for you, and then you'll jump in our challenge group. And our challenge group this month is awesome. During the holiday season, and we're revving up for a huge launch in January. And that's another thing I'll say about this company is that they are always on the cutting edge of fitness at your house. And anything that you can think of that we need, they will listen and they will hear you and they will bring it to us. And through on demand, the ability to stream all of these programs to your very own, wherever you're working out in your house, has given us the ability to really create a lot of awesome programs, awesome weeks with Sean or Autumn or whoever. And it's just been great. So your coach will help you pick something out. You'll join the team page. Like I said, everybody will welcome you. It'll be like you just walked into a party and you're the most popular person there. And then we have training, and we're not going to leave you alone. We'll never leave you alone ever. And that's the truth. You can ask Yugita, yes. And because we want you to be successful, and it's not something where anybody on this call that's listening can be the top coach in the company next year if you want to be. It'd be hard to beat Melanie this year, but maybe next year. There's an opportunity for everybody here to become whatever it is that you want to be as far as a coach or as far as a business owner yourself. If you what else? There's just the challenge pack, or you can become a coach and pay the $39.95 enrollment fee. But I really suggest, starting with a challenge pack so that you can get that full solution that you're showing your followers and your clients how it works. So we'll just go around one more time, and if you guys have any final words of wisdom for our viewers, you can go ahead and chime in with those. Michael, you want to kick it off?
No, stop picking on me first.
Go first. You get it done with.
Well, I learned two things actually on tonight's call. Is one, you guys stalk people, all right? That's kind of cool in a nice, fun way. And also, I'm sure the young lady sat next to you just said, "Oh yeah, I just emailed the guy," and then it was fine. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm really shy, and I just emailed the guy." So that's pretty cool. No, for me, I love it. I love the positivity and the energy. We have another live event in the UK next month too, which is our first ever Super Saturday. So if anyone was still even a little bit unsure about coaching, come along to a live event, and you guys, it'll blow your mind. It's not really horrible and cheesy and American. Sorry to the American guys on the call. Right? No, like that's one of the things we get asked. Is it really cheesy and American in that sense? And it's not. It's just such a positive atmosphere where...
Are you saying Americans are cheesy?
Maybe just the two on this call. No, not at all. But people kind of get the thing that it'll be like, "Oh, can I have some water?" Yeah, high five. And it's not kind of that bad, right? Like it's just a room full of positive people and who are very similar and very like-minded in the sense that they just want to do better for themselves, and they'll help the people around them in any which way kind of thing, That's kind of the biggest thing for me. And that you look really tired, Brooke. Sorry.
Well, it's because I was up at 4 a.m. talking to you.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, and that's really cool. Brooke answers your questions at any time.
24/7. Laura, go ahead.
I just guess really I would just say, if you're not sure, do it anyway. You know,
What do you have to lose, right? The worst case scenario is in shape.
Take the risk, jump in, go for it, and give it your all, and it will probably be, you know, the best thing you've done in a long time.
Awesome. Hadley?
I guess I would say, you know, I wish somebody had like grabbed me by the shoulders a year or two earlier and said like, you should be, maybe you did, I don't remember.
I think I was intimidated by you.
And said, you know, you should be doing this. I had no idea where it was going to lead me, but I would say in 2 years, it has changed me and my life so profoundly. In so many ways, I've grown as a person, and it's just been fantastic. So, like several of us have said, like literally the worst thing that happens is that you make a couple of dollars and get a little bit healthier for a month. There is no downside, and it is such a phenomenal experience and a phenomenal company, and anyone can do it. So you're selling yourself short if you think, you know, if you're telling yourself that you can't.
Absolutely. Anybody, I mean, and anybody can do it. You come to like a Beachbody event, like a Summit or something, that's our annual event. There's 30,000 people that are all different sizes, shapes, colors, ages from all different places in the world now. And it's just incredible to see what the community brings together. And speaking of traveling, I totally forgot to mention these earlier, but since becoming a coach, I've gone to Utah and swam in a crater for a leadership retreat. I've gone to Nashville twice. I've gone to New Orleans once with our team. And at our team at Summit, we do like spa days and all sorts of like reward type systems. I've also been to Austin and did paddleboarding on the Colorado River, which was amazing. There's just so many perks to the business, and these are all, you know, mostly paid, but anything that you have to spend is a tax write-off because you're a business owner. Is that your taxes? What is that?
It's like you.
Oh, and I went to the UK.
Yes, there we go.
That's right. My
Mexico.
first international trip. I went to the UK, and it was awesome. I got to meet all of these awesome people. And I love it. I love London. That's like my new goal, is to get like a flat in London. But it was amazing.
Whose house did you tell me you wanted to move into when you come to London?
Huh?
You told me that you wanted to live in somebody's house when you come to London.
No, my husband and I, we already talked about it. We're going to stay with you. Bring in the kids too.
I thought you were going for Kensington Palace.
Yeah, that's what I thought she was going for too. But you're more than welcome to come to my house.
Harry got engaged, which I will be coming over for that wedding for sure. I love the royals. I mean, it's just like so many opportunities for things that you may or may not be able to do otherwise. And it's just been amazing. And I went to Punta Cana last year on a Success Club trip. And there's opportunity for people to get on those right away. We have it every single year where you can earn your way to a free trip, and it's all expenses paid. And it's fantastic. It's just like a normal vacation. So like everybody has said, you have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. It's your opportunity to make it whatever you want it to be. And it's so much fun, and it's so exciting. And I just think that everybody should dive in and give it a try, and trust yourself and believe in yourself to know that you can do it. So that's all I've got, unless anybody else wants to chime in with anything.
Just one more thing. I know I'm the shy person, apparently, that doesn't like his face, right? But I worked it out, you know, from November. So last week, the compensation was £654 from 2 days.
Wow. That's awesome.
Good.
And who couldn't use that? You know, what would you do with £654 a month to help out your family, especially around these holidays? That's amazing. So, you know, there's definitely financial opportunity there as well. So thank you, Michael, for sharing that. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're listening to the recording, please reach out to whatever coach sent you, and feel free to ask any questions. We are here to help you out. All right, bye, guys.